The Butterfly and the Jaguar Cub by the Night Ninja, Chapter 4, Damsel in Distress. The three girls and the hippo walked to Mirabelle's sewing room. If this is going to work, Dolores needs to be as eye-catching as Isa. I doubt she'll say no to a new dress, said Mirabelle. She grabbed several yards of gold silk and ruby red satin. We only have 5 hours, Mira. That's not a very long time to make a brand new dress, said a worried Isabella. It's plenty of time for me, especially when I have help, said Mirabelle. But I can only do basic mending, and Isa doesn't sew, said Louisa with a frown. You can pin, and Isa can cut. Leave the actual sewing to me, said Mirabelle. She had selected a pattern from a book on a shelf and began laying out patterns onto the gold, using chalk to mark out her lines. She knew Dolores and Isa were almost the same sizes, and had a coyote swiped Dolores' Sunday outfit for a better reference. She planned on alternating the skirt in red, gold ruffles to be more like sound waves. Louisa and Isa had never seen Mirabelle work so fast on something. The whir of the sewing machine filled their ears as the concentration on Mira's face was total. It took much less time than they thought it would, and even the embroidery was swift as the needle flashed in and out of sight with Mirabelle's skill. When the dress was done, Mirabelle admired her handiwork with only an hour to spare. How? Not even the seamstresses in town worked that fast, exclaimed Isabella. I've spent 9 years perfecting my skills and figuring out tricks with the machine to make the process faster, said Mirabelle. Let's go take this to Dolores and get that dress from your closet to Mama, said Isa. I took care of that. Got a few coyotes to take it to her. It's the blue and purple swallowtail one, said Mirabelle. How will she know it's for her? Asked Isa. Antonio will translate. They already know to get him for help since I've been busy today, said Mirabelle as the girls walked. As they exited the jungle room to look for Dolores, Isabella saw a 10-foot-long boa constrictor slither into the dining room. Mira? Does Antonio know what tonight is going to happen tonight? Said Isabella. The snakes told him earlier while I was meeting with the rats, said Mirabelle. She knocked on Dolores' door. Hi, Mira. What do you need? Asked Dolores. I made you this. I figured since the rest of us have new dresses, you should have one too, said Mirabelle, handing over the red and gold gown. Oh, Mira! It's gorgeous! I'll put it on right away, said Dolores. Suddenly Antonio came running over. Tia loves her new dress. She just didn't like the coyotes in the kitchen. We need to keep an eye on them. They like to cause trouble, said Antonio. Pico was on his arm and Passe was at his side. Oh, so Passe stole some queso when she wasn't looking, he laughed. Passe, you know better, scolded River. But to the ones who couldn't understand the animals, it looked like the two felines were going to fight. Mira, said a very worried Louisa. She's scolding him. She's his mother, said Mirabelle, unconcerned. This is going to take a lot of getting used to, muttered Isa. Then Dolores came out in her brand new dress. Oh, Mira, I love it, she said, hugging her cousin. Mariano's on his way, came Abuela's voice. Casita was being stubborn tonight, Abuela noticed. First, it wouldn't let Antonio sit next to Papa, or any of his siblings. Instead, it kept moving him next to Mirabelle. Then it wouldn't let Mariano sit next to Isabella, moving him next to Dolores every time he tried to sit. Abuela tried to tell the house to cut it out, but the magical home just was not listening. Eventually, everyone had to concede to Casita's seating arrangement, though Antonio seemed very happy to sit next to Mirabelle, and hadn't tried to fight Casita as his chair was moved. Since everyone has a talent, I thought maybe we could see a bit. Louisa, do you mind bringing over the piano? Asked Signora Guzman. Okay, said Louisa, getting up to go and fetch the piano from upstairs. Mirabelle, we haven't seen you all day. Where have you been? The children in town missed you, said Signora Guzman. I've been dealing with some problems for the animals around town. The bees had a slight grievance when Pa's axe hit a nest, but thankfully they came to me before stinging, said Mirabelle. It is wonderful you have found a way to use your gifts to help this community, said Isabella. Louisa returned with the piano. Sing for us, Firebella, asked the butterflies as Augustine played with Felix's accompaniment on the tipple. All right, Mirabelle said, standing up. The butterflies have requested that I sing, said Mirabelle. Oh, they do seem to follow you around a lot after last night. So go ahead, Mira. Serenade us all, said Signora Guzman. Mirabelle began to sing. She finished and noticed Abuela had silent tears down her cheeks. Mira, how do you know that song? Asked Peppa. Mama used to sing it as a lullaby, and the butterflies hum it a lot, said Mirabelle as she sat back down. They all ate with very little chatter until the middle of the meal, when no one noticed Mirabelle tap her foot 3 times under the table. No one except the boa constrictor under Dolores' chair. Mariano had just stood up when the snake popped its head out to Dolores. Her screech broke the glass in Abuela's hand, and she jumped into Mariano's arms. Mirabelle hit her smirk with her juice glass, all according to plan. Dolores! What in heaven's name is wrong? Asked Abuela. There's a snake! Exclaimed Dolores, clinging to a startled Mariano. He stood there with a terrified young woman in his arms, totally unsure of what to do. He didn't know if it was Signora Peppa's doing or not, but he felt like he had been struck by lightning as he stared at the red and gold vision clinging to him like a koala. Hi, she squeaked. Marry me, he said. Yes, she said breathlessly. Through the chaos, no one noticed Isabella's victory pump. Oh dear, Sol, I thought I told you to stay in the room, said Mirabelle. No one noticed her giving a small wink to the snake. I am so sorry, Dolores. He's a very friendly little guy, and I think he wanted you to scratch his head. He wouldn't hurt a fly, though, said Mirabelle. The snake nodded enthusiastically before Antonio stroked the scales on his head. Mariano set Dolores down. Mama, Senora Madrigal, I have decided I wish to marry Dolores instead. No slur on Senorita Isabella, but I feel I may have been blinded to the beauty of Senorita Dolores until she trusted me enough to protect her from perceived danger. However, I must say that it might have been me who jumped if it had been a spider, said Mariano. No hard feelings, Mariano. Dolores needs a knight in shining armor more than I do. I am sure you two will be good for each other. She adores poetry, said Isabella, not breaking her composure. I can't believe that actually worked, Louisa mouthed to her little sister, who just smiled. Abuela just stood there shocked, with no idea what to say or do. But nothing looked ruined, and Mirabelle did scold the snake, and Isabella didn't seem to look upset in the slightest. Is it just me, or did that all seem like something out of a fairy tale? Said Camilo. Says the shapeshifter who got his gift from a magical candle and lives in a sentient house, smirked Mirabelle. Later that night, Mirabelle was tucking Antonio into his hammock when Dolores walked in. Thank you, Mirabelle. I know you planned all of that, but next time, please, don't try and give me a heart attack, said Dolores, hugging her cousin. How did you know it was me? Said Mirabelle. Because Casita wasn't listening to Abuela, and the only person who talks to it is you. The moment it kept moving Mariano next to me, I suspected something was up. But no more snakes next time. Please, said Dolores. Why not? They're as cute as puppies when they want attention, said Mirabelle. I don't doubt that, but I am fine staying 100 feet away from them, said Dolores with a shiver. Your lucky soul was so willing to help. My next pet would have been spiders, and your prince would have ended up in your arms, laughed Mirabelle. Or both of us on the floor, shuddered Dolores. End of chapter. Hi guys, I hope you enjoyed that. Anyway, can we say that is a genius prank? And I like Mariano. I've said it in other videos, but he just wants love. And I think he and Dolores, from what we saw, could potentially grow into a very sweet couple. I like how she says that he does poetry at night. So I'm guessing that she sorts through the sounds until she finds his voice, which I actually think is quite sweet. Anyway, I also love how the girls are, the three Madrigal sisters on Ulietta's side are in the sewing room. And I think that's a really lovely scene. Them noticing Mirabelle's talent rather than just her gift. Anyway, you guys know the drill. Like, comment and subscribe, hit the bell, yada yada yada. Anyway, have a good day, night, or whatever time zone you're in. Bye my guys, gals, and non-binary pals. I'll see you in another video. Bye!
Hi guys, I'd like to apologise for the audio quality of this particular video, as I had to re-record it through playing it again and then editing out a few mistakes, which is why it sounds a little different from normal. I liked the inflections for all the characters' voices, so I didn't want to re-record it entirely, and so that's why I did what I did. Hope you guys still enjoy. Bye!